Welcome to Zenterno Radio, where we drop truth gems all along the way. You are now tuned into episode 49. Our last episode, I see nobody even checked that out. It was a giveaway contest that we were doing for the album Ascension Supreme Consciousness Awakened. But since nobody really capitalized on that, then nobody wins the prize, I guess. But further moving forward, today's episode is again, we're on 49, and the title will be Looking Forward, Moving Forward. Looking Forward, Moving Forward, episode 49. Let's go. Now, this is exactly the type of energy that I'm feeling in the past couple months. It actually kind of has been not really a hiatus, but it's been at least 2 months since I've uploaded anything. So this is kind of the energy I am feeling. It is kind of, this is what every year will do, especially even if it's a new year. By the way, it's the pagan new year. The real new year is, of course, in March, but we'll go with, the 2025. And it's good because I want the movement of the year to progress and the future to come quick, because we do need a lot of things happening. And as the scripture says, if people lack vision, the people perish, right? And so we have to have a vision. If you don't have a vision, this is why we need to look forward, and we have to have an expectation. And this is also, again, why I'm doing this episode, because there's going to be there's all this crazy news, there's all this crazy content, there's all this crazy things happening, from billionaires, big movements, this, that, political, societal, everything. And there's so much chaos, but you have to look forward. You can't get caught up in what they are doing. The quote-unquote they. You have to be focused on yourself. And so this is what Zenterno music is about. And this is actually why I really do need to do this episode, because this is exactly what I'm feeling. And if I'm feeling it, that means there's other people that are feeling it. And we have to, this is what we do. So it's self-motivation. At the same time, we're going to be motivating others and realize, no, we're actually just A-okay, we're good. And we're going to be looking toward the future. We're looking forward. Again, look in our body, look at how our eyes look out of our head, out of our body. We look forward. We don't look backward. We don't look inside, right? And there's a time, of course, for that as well. But what I'm saying is, physically, we even look forward and outward. Therefore, we need to be continually doing that. Just like our heart circulates that life force through the body, we need to be looking forward and looking out of our eyes properly to look to the future. So I do have some things to speak about. Let's first talk about a little bit of the BS, let's call it that, and which is the lamestream media. The lamestream media, for example, is what? The mainstream, which is known as every big major organization that has run those news outlets. Now in Canada, it would be a place like CBC. In the United States, it's going to be CNN, MSNBC, CBS, all that type of stuff. Everybody knows, right? Fox News, right? That type of stuff. In England, it's going to be the BBC, right? So we all have these news outlets in different countries, different places. That's called the lamestream, because all they do is what? They censor the truth. They have an agenda that they want to talk about, and they won't talk about the real news, the real issues, and they won't even shout out the real ones that are out here doing real good deeds. But they keep that on the hush-hush, and they're always so focused on what? The fear, the negativity, the wars, the crime, the hate, and everything, to keep all the people in what? In fear and hate and anger and all that type of stuff. It's all about destroying people and destroying souls, destroying energetics. This is what it is. It's like a life force absorption, vampiric type of energy zapping. What's what they do? They take the energy, because all you're doing is focusing on the fear, focusing on the negative. So I'm saying what's a call we need to do? We need to ignore the lamestream. It's okay, because I'm going to tell you right now, it's okay to tap in every once in a while. If you tap into it, hear what they got to say. But to be so absorbed by it, to be so controlled by it, there's a major, major problem. Major problem. I'm an individual who is never controlled by anything, so I don't get controlled by the television. I don't sit there just watching news. I don't sit on the radio listening to them. I don't just sit on any other platform. What I do is I'll absorb as much information that is positive, and seeing also about where the trajectory of mankind is going, whether that's technology, medicine, education, whatever the issue is. And that's the best way to be. We just need to absorb, become kind of a sponge, absorb, take only the good. Only good, and good is what? Nothing that divides, no things that build up, things that spread love, things that spread joy. We need to be focusing on that. That's the focus every day, 364 days a year, 364 days. That's how many days there are in a year. 364 days a year. It's all about positive. It's all about love. It's all about uplifting. And that's exactly what we do. So the lamestream, again, all they focus is on the negative, create gossip, misinformation. And they're the ones who came up with that term, by the way, misinformation, and distract with worthless information. So here was a fun fact. I remember doing this little research myself. So there's roughly 193 countries, and the reason I say roughly is because there's certain country states like Vatican City and supposedly part of like Israel, the Palestine, like they have certain things. Oh, well, that's kind of its own country, da-di-da-di-da, whatever, right? And that whole thing is a big screw up too, because that whole land, that was a land grab from World War II, and I can get into that. That's another topic for another day. But so we got 193 countries in the world, right? Supposedly 30 countries, and this was I done this last month or two. So 30 countries within 2024 were experiencing some form of war, right? So when you do the mathematic, it breaks down to roughly 85% of the world is in peace. Is it living relative peace, meaning that they're not at war, they're not at war. It doesn't mean there's everything's perfect, but it just means that they're not experiencing war, they're not experiencing that. 15% of the world is basically going through like war, right? So, like I said, yeah, all these wars, again, they're internal, their own people, rising up, civil wars as well, etc. And the lamestream, again, only wanted to focus on that, so out of, when you reflect even on 2024, let's say, the lamestream only talked about that 15% of the population. Out of 8 billion people, 8 billion plus, they were so focused on 15%, which was roughly, it breaks down to roughly about 1 billion, right? It's roughly about 1 billion people. I did the math of this, roughly. And that's crazy, because then there's 7 billion of us who are not experiencing that. And it's not that, we should just turn our blind eye, the 7 billion of us, but if there's 7 billion that are okay and 7 billion that are actually experiencing relative peace, why are we not focusing on what's good coming out of those countries? Why can we not focus on maybe the aid that, of course, that the other countries are trying to do to help those other suffering countries? But again, the lamestream has to keep you in fear, so they got to keep talking about this, that, and the third thing, which is nonsense. Baffle them with bullshit. That's what they say, right? And that's all they do. Another thing I have to, since we're talking, that was news, societal and political, I kind of have to jump quickly into this. Like my song Fake World, which I love it. It's such a great song. Please go check it out. Fake World, C-Zenz, Zenternal Music, right? And we got the remix, the refix. And that's where I came up with that term, the refix, Fake World, the refix, Zenternal Music. So I said fake world is all around us. And I just wrote this recently, January 11th. Fake world is all around us. From fake-ass Zuckerberg. Who is Zuckerberg, by the way, or Zuckerberg? It's the guy who created, supposedly created Facebook, right? So look at this. Fake-ass Zuckerberg. Borg wants to, to move his operations to Texas. Yeah, because Musk did that, right? So he's trying to stay relevant, and he wants to supposedly be a free speech platform. Facebook, oh my gosh, you effing asshole, right? Because all he did during the pandemic was what? Censor every last one of us who were speaking the truth. I can't stand that, bro. I can't stand that dude. He's got to be a robot or some shit. That's why I call him Zuckerberg. He ain't shit. And this might, see, now it's gonna rob me up a little bit. I'm not angry, but I'm tired of the bullshit of type of people like this. And the fact that he has to be up there with these billionaires and stuff, he's still in his 40s, bro. It's like, you're not even authority, you know what I mean? This shit is just ridiculous. These people are evil, man. He wants to side with Trump now, right? Because he's in power, so okay, we gotta side with him. He's a yes man. That's what that is, right? When before he was against him. Hypocrite devils. I wrote Fauci, Gates, devils. It's the same shit. But then they want to pardon Fauci right now too, right? they wanted to pardon Fauci, or they did in the Americas. That dude has more blood on his hands than Hitler did. And don't even get me started on Hitler, because Hitler is not what you think he was. Go do some more research. That's facts. Fauci's a effing devil. And Gates is a piece of shit trash too. He's a scumbucket. And same with Zuckerberg. Straight up. The shit is vexatious because they're such devils who act like they're saviors and they're such great people. He's a fucking asshole. This man literally, and I'm talking about Zuckerberg, was again censoring all of us up in Canada. Even our own fucking Pudo, I call him Pudo, bitch ass Pudo, basically blocked and barred a lot of our posts that were up here because, some reason it goes against whatever the hell their agenda was. So on Facebook, he allowed us to be penalized if we were posting certain things in Canada. So then when you go through your memories now and you go through a lot of posts, you'll see stuff that says this content is not available because he blocked that shit. But this motherfucker want to be like, I'm a free speech platform now. We're with Trump. But you hated Trump just last year, just before. Just with all these other sons of bitches. And I don't want to have to cuss, because like I said, I'm not angry, but the Most High, see, you can't play with us. You can't play with the Kodashim. You can't play with the righteous. We the real G's. We the real warriors that will slay down and slaughter evil. We don't play that shit. In Book of Revelation, it says we gonna burn them with fire. And right before us, the archangels. Do you not know that you are Elohim? Psalm 82. Praise be unto the King all day. We ain't playing this bullshit, pussy shit. We OGs over here. We archangels over here. But you got these punk ass son of bitches acting like they running the show. The show is almost over because the Most High about to come back. That's facts. We in the last days. We in the end time. But we gonna sit back and, everything is okay. And I'm gonna take your devil shot. And I'm gonna put that shit in my body. Everybody's fucked up. And everybody's angry off of some shit. I've been through this shit just like the rest of us. That shit was I want people to understand that what did we just go through from 2020? That was a biological war we just went through. Fuck a misinformation shit. But I say there's two things, because it is an information war, but it was a biological war at the same time. So you telling me we didn't go through none of that? No, it was just protocol. We didn't go through a war. Okay. My ass. It was a biological war we just went through. And you think it's over. It's not over. The shit is not done. Like they say, until the fat lady sings. Be a whole bunch of fat ladies and shit. These are some devils. These are some demons manifested. Then they think they could get away with this shit. He's pardoned. He's this. No, he ain't shit. He ain't shit. And he ain't pardoned. Because the Kodashim don't recognize him, neither does the Most High. So if the Kodashim don't recognize him, what do you think the Most High gonna do? He don't recognize you. As the Most High said, depart from me and be gone. And he's gonna burn all those people. Now, speaking of burning, I like how I'm talking because everything connects. So let's go to Los Angeles and let's go to Hawaii. Do we not know that in the book of Proverbs, chapter 14, what does it say? Proverbs 14, verse 11. The house of the wicked will be destroyed, but the tent of the righteous will prosper. And I love that verse. I love how that says that. See, it's like the wicked. It's the house of the wicked. So he's got a house. But the honest and the more basic, maybe the poor, they just got a tent, right? Wouldn't that be something? That you have a house, they got a mansion over there, and it just burned down in fire. Done, gone, doesn't even exist anymore. Then you have somebody living in a tent because they're just struggling, but they're the real deal. They got the spirit of the Most High all up on them, and the fire never touched them. See, that's real, and that's what it is. So that's where we are. So you got to look no further and say, we know exactly what happened in Los Angeles. That's called judgment. Don't they be shooting up all that porn and that bullshit up in those hills? We know what's going on over there. Don't they shoot up all that dumb shit over there? That's why they burn down. That's some real shit. Good riddance. That's what I say. Praise be unto the King. And then when you look at Hawaii, it's more of a catastrophe, because at the end of the day, what they did over there to me is a disaster. As far as I'm concerned, it must have been some type of directed energy weapon. Because I remember listening to the guy who's like a real estate guy in Hawaii, and he was taking everybody around with the video there, watching on YouTube. And things are melting that shouldn't even melt like that quick. If it's just a regular bushfire, it wouldn't burn that hot, but it burned so hot it was melting like a lot of metals that really shouldn't melt. And then there was like pine boxes and wooden old rickety boxes that you know they could just set ablaze and burn, but it was still standing. But all this other stuff was burned like to nothingness. You can't tell me that there's something crazy going on. There's something deep going on, boy. But again, that's the times we're living in. Praise be unto the King always. I have to give praise because the Most High is the master. The Most High is the King. So when I do focus on some of this, it is a little vexatious. But at the same time, this is where we come back. We don't get mad about it. We just have to expose it. We have to see it for what it is. Because I see right through it. And dust our feet off and keep it moving. That's really what it is. At the end of the day, you see all this bullshit happening. You see all these freaks. All these people getting away with everything. Or are they? And you just got to keep moving forward. Because again, it's what? About looking forward, moving forward. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing here in 2025 to 2026 and beyond, etc. Looking forward, moving forward. All of this means nothing. Everything that I just said, that's all devilish. Everything that's why I got serious here on my podcast. It's all evil. But we don't need that. And that's why I'm saying it's nothingness. The Most High doesn't recognize any of those situations. That's why they suffer. That's why they're in calamity. That's why they're trying to get away. But they can't run away. Because the Most High is the King. The universe is the King. Who you think you are? What you think this is? This is Internal Radio, conscious brand. You already know what it is. Shout out to the real. Shout out to the Kodashim. Shout out to the righteous. Shout out to everybody who's a light being, who sees the BS and can see the devils all day, every day. You ain't fooling us, and you ain't gonna get us caught up on any shit, because you can't control us. And that's your biggest fear, because they wish they could control the righteous, but they can't. Now that's why the scripture said, unless the time were cut short, the elect would be fooled, etc. But you really can't. Those who are really in the light, you just can't fool us. The only way you're gonna get some of the righteous is that they get so weak somehow that they get absorbed. But people like myself, souls like myself, archangel energy like myself, they cannot touch us. They will never get to us. Praise be to the Most High. His name is Yahushua HaMashiach by the power of the Ruach HaKodesh. We have to say the right thing. That's another thing. I'm so tired of hearing the word Jesus. It's not his name. And when are the people going to learn? And when are they going to wake up, man? It's so annoying. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Go ahead with that shit. JJJ. It doesn't mean shit. That's not his name. None of the disciples said it. The Mashiach didn't say it. He don't recognize it. It's just sound to him. It doesn't mean shit. That's not his name. But praise be to the Messiah. And same thing with the word God. Dang, God. It doesn't mean shit either. What is God? But praise be to the Most High, the universe. This is Internal Radio. It was maybe raw, maybe real. And I think that's what you need, and everybody needs from time to time. It can't always be, everything's peachy keen and everything's going to be okay. And, they did all that, but hold my hand, and I have to just, he's okay. He's not bad. And really, though, no, I spoke the real. It's Internal Radio, and only the real ones and the light ones are going to feel this. So you better get up on this. You see, that's what we do. Episode 49, big one. That's kind of like, I guess, the 7 times 7, 49. That's like a Sabbath. It's an ultimate Sabbath. Next episode will be a Jubilee, I guess. So 50, but we're on 49, episode 49, Zenturno Radio. And if you at least resonated with the show, definitely come check us out at zenturnomusic.com. Come to Zenturno Music on YouTube and any other place where Zenturno Music is at. Pretty much a lot of social media, even if it's on Instagram or Facebook and Twitter, stuff like that, or X as they say. And speaking of one other thing about, I guess I could add, because we did mention Musk, right? He kind of wilding out too, doing some hand gestures and stuff like that. But I'm just saying, you gotta pay attention. You see the bullshit, you see the crazy, you see the this, the that, the other thing. It is what it is. But you gotta keep looking forward and moving forward. That's what we're gonna be doing over here on Zenturno Music, and I hope you do the same. At the end of the day, it is what it is. The Most High is the King, and join us again later. Episode 50 is coming up, maybe a month or two, or who knows. It's been a while, but I had to just drop some gems, and it is what it is. We'll catch you guys on another episode. And lastly, I was just gonna say, Ubisoft needs to. No, forget that. They don't. No need to mention them. Anyway, peace and shalom. Zenturno Radio.